dear goddess, I come today. Yeah, I come today, yeah, to show you the way.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode of My Neck of the Woods, where we learn to embrace the treasures that are right here in our own backyard. I met this fabulous woman along the roadside, and she was selling flowers. She was just picking and going through. I said, let me go check this sister out, because she was just being very meticulous about it. And I said, oh my goodness, let me go see what's going on. Let me go get me some flowers first of all. And then from there, a friendship ignited, and I find her to be one of my treasures in my own backyard. So if you would welcome Miss Verna Mae Bentley.
Thank you. I love you. Thank you. I love you. You're such a special person. Thank you, my dear daughter.
Well, I am, I know a little bit more about what's going on as far as how long you've been here. But tell the folks, tell the folks how long you've been here.
Okay. Well, I've been here for 40, I came in 2000, I came here, I've been here for 44 years.
44 years.
44 years I've been in Germany, enjoying life, living. I can stay out on the highway all night long, no problems. You know, people are friendly when it's summertime. Mm-hmm. Germans are friendly in the summertime. Mm-hmm. But Germans are wonderful people because they don't look at your color. They look at what you have to offer, your character. And that's what makes, it helped me build my character. And also they're very, what do you call it, particular? Whenever they do something, they want to do it perfect.
Perfect. They like perfection. They like things to be a certain way.
It has to be in order.
Yeah, it has to be in order.
And that's one thing about Germans. One thing about Germans that I think that we have an advantage of. We can do more than one thing at one time. Germans, I love y'all. But if Germans are on the telephone and you say, may I say something? Don't you see I'm on the telephone? But anyway, I learned to be also in many ways. I learned with the flowers, because I got in trouble here. Oh. I got in trouble here after I was out of the military. Mm-hmm. Then I was working as a civilian in the Landstuhl kindergarten. Okay. And then I got in some trouble, and that trouble landed me in jail for one night here. And as a civilian, I had 3 months to be in Germany or get exported back to Florida.
So where in Florida are you from?
Miami.
Oh,
Miami,
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So you were in the Army?
Yes, in the U.S. Army.
Okay.
Yeah, I came in 1979 in the Army. I came in the Army to come to Germany. Okay. And I don't know if I told you, from a child, from about 6, 7 to about 9, 10, something like that. There was my Uncle Butch. And he was one that showed me pictures of Germany. Oh. You know, in Florida it's always hot. You don't have snow, you don't have rolling hills, and it was just wonderful for me. And then they had those mushrooms like you see in storybooks, those red ones with the white, you know, they look like polka dot mushrooms. Like you see them in children's books. You know, then they're red with white dots. And then in the forest they're everywhere. You know, and it was just now I know since I'm here, but those pictures and the flowers everywhere, and then he had beautiful German women, you know, and he said to all of us, you black children, when y'all get grown, go live in Germany because they treat you like humans. So that's how I came. That was my idea to one day live in Germany. But then, you know, I got pregnant, had my child, and I decided, I'm gonna go to junior college, but still I couldn't get a good job.
Okay, so you went to college here?
No, I went to college in Miami.
In Miami?
Miami.
Okay.
And then after that, I got a job cooking in the Fontainebleau. That was a good job for me because I my mother, But anyway, the lady that I was working for, she's always said to me, go to the university. Don't get pregnant.
Right.
But it was 18. I did get pregnant.
Okay.
And then so when I decided had to go to Job Corps first. I tried the Job Corps. That didn't work out because I got lonely for my son and my mom.
Oh, okay.
So then I went back to Miami. So then when my son was 9, I decided it was time for me to leave Miami.
Okay. So then you joined the Army.
And then I joined the Army. I never wanted to leave Miami.
Okay.
Really, because it's a perfect place.
Okay.
And but after it was after the Vietnam War.
Okay.
When trouble began, it wasn't nice anymore to be there. Right. But also there was hardly anything that made me have enough money to live a good life.
So you had to support your son. So.
You had to support myself and my son. Yeah. And so then I came to Germany in '79. Okay. And I got out in '82, I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I was it was almost '82. 2.5 years, something like that.
Okay.
I got out. I only came in the Army to come to Germany.
Okay.
So when I got out of the military, I started working in the kindergarten.
Okay.
And then that's where I got in trouble. So then because they was gonna put me, they was gonna put me out. I had to marry a German. So me and my friend got together, and she said to me, I'm going back there now. She said to me, you know what you have to do? You have to marry a German. The best way to do it is to put an ad in the newspaper.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I put an ad in the newspaper. The ad read, "Black woman, intelligent, hardworking, sexy, want to marry a German man."
And how long did it take for you to get responses?
2 weeks. And did I get responses? The whole mailbox was filled up almost about a week, for a whole week or so after that.
Okay.
I had so many letters
Okay.
that my friend Doris, who told me to do this, she said, "No, I'm not going to read them. I'm not going to read them." I said, "But I don't speak German. You have to read them." She said, "But it's too many. I'm not. You have to pay me." I said, "I have no money."
Oh my goodness. It was her idea, but okay.
Yeah, but then she deserted me. She didn't do it. So now the flower man was living behind me.
Okay.
And so I always saw him because he was selling flowers to the Americans.
Right.
And I saw him and his mother and his dog.
Oh, okay.
And so then I said, I'm going to go down to that cafe and see and ask him if he'll read the letters for me.
Right.
If he speaks English,
Right.
So then I walked in and said, "Hello, specialty English?" He said, "Yeah, I specialty English." Then I said, "Hey, please, you gotta help me. You gotta help me." He said, "What do you want?" And I say, "Listen, I have so many letters, but I can't read a word of German. Please help me." He said, "Well, you have to wait till I come from work. Then I'll come and help you." I said, "Okay." So he came and he started reading. He read about 2 or 3 letters and he said, "Are you a prostitute?" And I said, "What do you mean? I'm not a prostitute. I'm desperate to stay in Germany." And he said, "But only a prostitute," because they had, at that time, the prostitutes were on the street where I'm staying.
Okay.
All that street was called 40 Mile Strasse.
40 Mile Strasse?
Yeah, that's where the prostitutes stayed, all along that street.
Okay.
They had no street lights out there then.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. And the place where the military, the military car sales is now when you come out there by McDonald's. That was where I stayed at, on that land.
Okay.
And that was the first land that they put pavement on. I had a shop there. Okay. But anyway, where was I at?
You were talking about him. He read 2 letters and
said, I was a prostitute.
Yeah.
So then I told him my story. I said, "Listen, I'm desperate. I have to get married, or they're gonna put me out. If I go back to the ghetto, I'm gonna die." He said, "Yeah, but I can't marry you." I said, "Why?" He said, "I would never marry a black woman. Never, never, never."
Okay, all right.
So then I said, but but you don't have to be a husband. Just help me get my papers.
Mm-hmm.
He said, okay.
Okay.
I say, but are you gonna marry me? He said, well, I don't have to go to bed with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
No sex with you. I said, yeah, no sex, just for the papers.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how I got married. That's how I got into stay in Germany, and that's how I got into the flower business.
I'm sorry. This is all new. Okay.
Okay. No. But it's almost finished too. Wait.
Okay.
It's almost finished.
It's almost finished.
Okay, it's almost finished.
Please finish.
So we were married for 7 years.
7 years.
And
okay.
I worked, and we built a business. I had a trailer,
right?
On wheels, 6 meters on wheels, and we built a business to $30,000 to $40,000 per month.
For flowers?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but the trailer was 6 feet, and it was filled up, everything. They had no. What was so good is that at that time you could only get flowers in the flower shop.
Okay.
They had no flowers at gas station and supermarkets.
Right.
Only in the flower shop. And so there was at Ramside, there was no flower, business.
Like the flower store and
stuff
stuff like that.
Around there.
Mm-hmm.
And so then we just, boy, I tell you, it was just so much because I hated the flowers.
Mm-hmm.
I hated it, but I had it because I had long nails. I was living a glamorous life before I went there. But anyway, I hated the flowers because it was just too demanding.
Yeah.
Because you're taking care of something that's living.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't change the water. The mother would come and she said, this nigga, she messed up. She didn't know that we were married.
Mm-hmm.
I had to put that in, because it's a part of the story that made me stronger also.
Mm-hmm.
And I love being called nigga. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
Because 98% of my customers were white.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? They felt so sorry for me. Who is that lady? Why is she here? They gave me big tips.
Mm-hmm.
I love being called that word.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Okay.
They felt sorry for me.
I don't know about all that,
The
but
people
okay.
felt sorry for me.
Okay.
And they did, I'm sorry for you. Man, can't you get rid of her? I said, no. That's my mother-in-law. They said, I couldn't work with her. They felt sorry for me. So the black people didn't give me no tips, but the white people gave me big tips, and they felt so sorry for me. They even gave me hugs. I was like, no. I said, okay, so I shouldn't hit the microphone. So anyway, so then it was 7 years, and that was over because I wanted to marry for love.
Okay.
Anyway, we were together, and for 2 years, and then we had a fantastic wedding. All through the city, we rode, honking the horns with cans and balloons behind. It was wonderful. But anyway, we were together for 16 years.
16 years. Okay.
Yeah, 16
all right.
years. 16 years. 13 years it was beautiful. He's the one that took me to Africa. He's the one that took me to Cuba. We went all over the world, to Bali. We just traveled a lot. It's because Germans get like 6 weeks of vacation. And so we traveled and we had great times. We had great times together. But then it came to a point where he wanted to go another way and I wanted to go another way.
Yeah.
So we're still friends.
Okay.
In fact, Rudy is my first husband for the papers, and then Robert is my second. I love that R.
Rudy and Robert.
But they're my best German friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's good that y'all stayed friends.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The last one, we divorced in 2007.
Okay.
So we're friends. If I need help, they're there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember seeing you on some videos, and you had a singing career for a while up in there. So are you still singing? I mean, basically, out of them 16 years, is that when it started, your singing career? Or
no, my singing career started in 2020. No, 2001.
2001. Okay.
2001. My singing. I was 50 years young at the time.
Okay.
And so I was just singing around, and I went to a birthday party because my husband didn't like the song.
Oh.
Because he said the song, my German husband didn't like it because he said, and it was in German. I couldn't really speak German, so I called, the name of the song is Ich liebe Deutschland, but I put an E in there, in between Deutsch and land. It's not Deutschland, it's Deutschland. But because I made that mistake, that made the song so popular, because Germans do not like to sing things, it has to be correct.
Gotta be correct.
When they speak.
Gotta be correct.
But that song brought them to sing Deutschland. They saw the mistake. And so what happened is that my husband made a home video. First he said that's because it starts off with that. So that's the start of it. And so everybody is singing that.
Right.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah. And so the thing about it is my husband like, no, that song is so stupid. I said, no, just try it. So we went to a birthday party, his mother's birthday party in a guest house. And his cousin said to my husband, to Robert, please, you know what, send that, no. I said, I drank some little, 2 glasses of wine. And I said, I'm going to sing my song tonight. Because my husband had warned me, if you sing that song in public, I might not stay with you. So I said, I was scared to sing the song. But that 2 glasses of wine told me, stand in the middle of the, take your shoes off first.
It was some spirits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take your shoes off first. Those spirits were talking to me. So I made an announcement. Can I sing? I got a song I want to sing to Germans, so I know y'all going to love this song. And they said, yeah. His mother was the first one to say, yeah. So Robert said, well, I'm going to the toilet. And everybody said, okay, hurry up, because we were waiting for you. So by the time he came back, as soon as he walked into the room, I started singing, did-it, 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 did-it. And then everybody was just clapping, and they were like, wow. So when the song was over with, the cousin said, send that to Stephen Robb. He was a talk show. Came on at 10:30 at night. And I never watched it, really.
Right.
But I sent the video, my husband made a video, and I sent the video a cappella to 5 different TV stations.
Okay.
And, I'm very, very blessed everywhere I go.
Okay.
I was called a year after I sent I sent it to a year later, I was called to come on a TV show and sing the song.
Right. Oh, really?
Yeah. It was still a cappella, just like I had sent it in.
Do you remember the words to the song?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, you want me to sing it?
Yeah, I want you to sing it.
No,
you did it. That is not singing the song.
I got to come into the song.
Oh, okay. Go. I'm sorry. I'm messing with your artistic flow. Go ahead. Do.
I'll make it. Okay, I'll make it a little. It goes 3 times to that. It 3 times to that.
Okay.
If I don't do it that way, I'll mess up my own song like I did when I first went on the TV. But anyway, okay, it goes. Ich liebe Deutschland.
Okay.
And Deutschland is Deutschland. Where all the Germans it was so easy to sing. Babies, everybody can sing that song.
Everybody can sing the song.
That song was given to me. And the day came, I was out drinking a beer and just enjoying a concert in the wild over by Vogelwold. You know what that is?
Vogelway?
Vogelwold. Where the lake is, they have also swans there.
Oh, okay.
We have to go there one day. It's very nice.
Okay, I sure
But
will.
anyway, I was over there and I was just enjoying it. It was a wonderful day. And I just said, wow, I love this day. I love this day. And the birds were singing, and I was like, wow, I'm so happy to be in. I love Germany. That's how I came. You know, and then the bird was like, dee, 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 and I turned that in, da, 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 da. That's how that came. Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to say to them, thank you.
Now, out of your 40-something years being here, have you ever wanted to just go back home? I'm going to pack up. I'm just going to go back home. Go back to the United States. But this is home now.
That concept never even came near me. Not even thought about it till you just mentioned it. Yeah, because living in Germany has been a dream for me. I'm speaking a little German to you. This has been. I'm creative because I'm living in peace. You know, I go out and I party with the Germans. Except when I go out and listen at the Soul on Friday nights, I might go there tonight because they have that nice old soul music, and the Germans and the Americans that's been married forever, they're in their slow dragging or dancing. So I might go there tonight. But no, I've never had any regrets.
Okay.
I've never had any regrets. Even in the divorce, when Robert and I was there, the lawyer said, you know what, this is the first divorce I ever made where people were laughing together. Everything was good. We had some hard times, but nothing never made me even think about going back to America.
Okay.
Especially when I watch TV.
Okay. So you are the ex-veteran, you are a singer, you're a businesswoman with the flowers.
Yes.
What else are we missing from all of this fabulousness?
Okay.
Wow.
I made the cover.
This is beautiful.
Yeah,
y'all.
I did.
Let me put this up here. All right, y'all. Y'all see her book? This is nice.
Yeah, and the name of it is, turn it around. The name of it is The Little German Nigger.
For real? I don't know about that one. Okay.
I know you don't know about it. That's
word.
right. Yeah, and one day you'll.
But 44 years.
Yeah.
44 years.
Yes.
Do you said you have no regrets whatsoever. What is if you're going to leave something with the people and all, you're going to leave something with them.
There's one other thing I do.
Oh, what? Okay.
I'm an artist.
I
have ancient, I'll send them to you. I have ancient drawings, you know. So, and yeah.
Okay.
I got that. I got very ill I had a virus, some sort of bug in my stomach because they African eat those fish, smoked fish.
Okay.
Only the skin is hard.
Okay.
Or inside they're soft.
Right.
But they leave them out in the sun.
Okay.
And they have something called a black fly.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't know it because I was so sick. And now they had medicine. They didn't know what to give me. They didn't know what was wrong with me.
Right.
And then they did a lot of tests. And but they said they thought they'd give me something for Lyme disease. And so then but they had the weight because of my age.
Right.
They said they had to get a special one for me. Because I have a little a little irregular heart.
Yeah.
Stuff. So they had to get a special one for me, and it never came. It came eventually, but like 10 days of being in the hospital waiting for it.
Yeah.
So they were worried about me. So they wanted to give me a spinal cord, spinal tap.
Spinal tap.
But I was afraid of it. When I saw the needle, I said, no, you can't put that in my back. Yeah. You know, so I didn't have that done. So then they would come in every day and say, we don't know if we're gonna, when the medicine come, we don't know if you're gonna make it. So I started thinking, I don't want to die. I'm not gonna die. I went down in the flower shop, little place, and bought me a drawing pad and coloring pencil, and just started drawing. Just started drawing. Horrible pictures. Some pictures that I drew at that time, I can't even look at them. I have them in my house. I turn them away from me.
Okay. Horrible because it reflected what you were feeling, or horrible because of the skill set? Which one are you talking about?
That was the first time I ever
drawn. Oh, okay.
Since a child.
I got you.
Yeah, it was not knowing if I was going to die, not having enough confidence, not knowing that I didn't know how to say, I was real doubting. I was in doubt and fear.
Yeah.
Doubt and fear. Then I started drawing. That came out when I was drawing.
Yeah.
And you'll see some of my paintings.
Okay.
Okay. So then from there I started drawing.
Okay.
And then I started getting paintings that I could look at.
Yeah.
After I painted them, and then I could say, "Oh, I like that. You did that," So now I'm got about 70 paintings in my house, my apartment.
Okay, you took that seriously, didn't you?
I got about 70. I haven't sold any. Don't too many people because they're not normal. You're normal painting. You'll see what I mean. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So
I want you to just think of something right now where the most important thing that you've learned or something you want to leave with the people that are listening and watching this phenomenal life of yours.
Yes.
It has certainly, just listening to you has been so rich.
Yeah.
It has been rich.
Thank you.
And so, before we leave, what do you want to leave the people?
Okay, I want to tell the people that all the things that I had all the arts I have now came because I was thrown into flowers. Because sometimes, the things that we came here to be and do, we don't know it. So you get put in situations where you have to do it.
Yeah.
So then that makes you, if you come through that, you came up. And when you get other situation that makes you harder, but you still have peace when you come home. You can come in your house and close the doors. You can go out of your door and be in nature. This atmosphere, not hearing sirens, not hearing police and not seeing police. German police stay in the office. Okay. They only come out when you hardly ever see a German police on the street, right?
It is rare. Yeah, you're right.
They are office workers. You better not come out talking about no shooting. Man, the whole police force would come down on you. Because they don't do that,
Well, they don't necessarily have to do it as much as they do in the States.
Yeah.
So that's,
that's right. Yeah, it's changing now.
Well, thank you so much, Verna, for...
you're the best interviewer in the world, my daughter.
Entertaining us like you just did.
Oh, wow.
And all these fabulous stories. I'm just, like I said, there's a treasure right there in your backyard if you just kind of embrace the people that are around you and get to know the people that are around you. Well, thank you for staying tuned and just supporting the show and everything. This has been another episode of My Neck of the Woods, where we embrace the treasures right here in our own backyard. You have a great week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.